Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to another episode of Tree City Live. As always, my name is Tree City Wes. Welcome to episode 131. Got a lot to talk about today. Going to talk about some Ethereum ETF and the dumpage across all the markets, really. Not just Bitcoin and ETH and crypto, but everything's dumping right now. We're going to talk about some new toys. We got some XenBlocks verification tools to test out, new website. A lot of fun stuff, so let's get into it. What's up, Rolando? What's up, Lou? What's up, Howler? What's up, Janet? Welcome, everybody. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. As always, let's get started with the crypto bubbles. So we got a green year, green month, but the week turned red and so did the day. So things are kind of taking a downturn over the last couple of weeks, and we're going to see why. We're going to see what's happening. We're going to take a look at the markets, take a look at the news. But really, you see just everything is kind of dumping pretty hard right now. Now, you do have some movers. You see some coins on Solana moving. So Solana's up 13%. Dog with Hat, which is a meme coin on Solana, is up 13%. The Helium network is pumping right now. They're actually on Solana. They broke into the top 100, so that's a good one. Shout out to all the Helium miners out there. Then we look at today, and today is just another red day, another 5 to 10% down day. You see Solana creeping up 3%, XRP up 3%, Flow up 11%, the big mover, but almost everything else is red. But again, we see some more Solana coins. You got Jupiter up 4%. You got Pith. This is another coin over on Solana. So yeah, lots happening. So let's go take a look at the BTC chart. The TA is holding up. Man, that's weird. I'm having this weird issue with my graphics card. I don't know if my audio just dropped off there, but for like 2 seconds at a time, every couple minutes, it switches over to my other graphics card, or my audio card. And then it switches back to my interface. So I'm not sure if I'm cutting out, but like the music in my headphones just starts playing out of my external speakers, which is really throwing me off. But anyways, back to it. Let me know if the audio is good. So yeah, you see Bitcoin here. We're looking at the 4-hour chart, and we kind of drew this. We had this little pump here, and I said we might come all the way back to the golden pocket here around 63. That's kind of our first level of support was at 65.7. Now we got this next one at 63. We're kind of breaking through the 65.7, unfortunately, and I think we got a ways to go. I wouldn't be surprised if this turns into a head and shoulder. That's kind of interesting right there. I didn't see this before. So this is kind of the left shoulder. Here, why don't we use the head and shoulder tool? So there's two types of head and shoulders. There's the upright head and shoulders, and then there's the inverted. The upright, the normal head and shoulders is actually pretty bearish. So this kind of looks like a left shoulder right here. Then we got the head. Then I wouldn't be surprised if we make another right shoulder here. Oops. Here, let's fix this. So let's draw this down here, fill these in, and let's turn this blue so you can see that. So this is kind of what a head and shoulders looks like. I'm about to leave this here and see if this plays out. I would not be surprised. So we had this pump up to 65, then we pulled back to 63. We got all the way up to 69K. This says 68,500, and I wouldn't be surprised if we did pull back here. Pull all the way back to this golden pocket, which is the nice retracement, 63.5. We come back up, and then we start dumping again. And how the head and shoulders typically works is it's the neckline, the tip of the head to the neckline. So if we draw this to here, it would actually move something like this, and that would take us back under 60K. But that would be a higher high. That's kind of interesting. So if we did come down to all the way to 57, it would still technically be a bullish pattern because we'd make a higher low here. But so we're gonna circle this one. Let's get rid of this, and we're starting to see this head and shoulder play out. Let's turn this white. And These used to fill in. Yeah, there we go. So now we got this little head and shoulders pattern. Let's clean this up a little bit. And yeah, we're going to have our eyes on this price target down here over the next couple weeks going into August. I wouldn't be surprised if we fall in this hole right here. And that'll be our first stop on the way down. And that kind of sinks in with the rest of the market. You know, stocks, S&P kind of hit a big all-time high. I think it was July 11th. Yeah, so right around here. It's actually the 15th or the 16th. Got up to 5,600, and now it's pulling back. So this is probably going to continue to dump until we get some interesting news. Typically that happens when the rates, you know, once they start cutting the rates, it's because something broke, and this is looking pretty broken. If it continues to fall, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. We might get a little bounce like that, but I bet we're going to come down. So we'll see what happens. You know, these are my own predictions. Who knows? Obviously not financial advice, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get a sub 60K Bitcoin sooner than later. We'll keep an eye on this one. And then, so what's going on with ETH? So it's kind of right in the pattern that we predicted here. So we've really been in this kind of range. It's almost like a falling flag almost, which would be bullish. You know, something like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, if Bitcoin does come back under 60, the grayscale ETF continues to sell off, which we're going to talk about. And the general economy, everything takes a shit. They got to fix the rates to fix the economy. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ethereum come back under 3K and come test the bottom of this range. And again, just like Bitcoin, that might be the first stop to the downside. So, you know, a week ago I was feeling super bullish, but now I'm really thinking about taking some profits on some things, moving back into cash, and waiting for this pattern to play out. Now that's a horrible idea. You know, you never know. Anything could happen, especially with the ETF being approved yesterday. But it's kind of what we called. It's kind of what we've expected. You know, grayscale, just like Bitcoin. So let's go take a look at this. Let's go back to the Bitcoin chart real quick. If we zoom out to the daily, is that going to be enough? Yeah, that'll be plenty. Let's get a fresh Bitcoin chart here. Yeah, we'll use all-time history. That's kind of funny. Look at this one. I don't even remember drawing this. It pretty much did that, though. I said it'd come back here, and it did. Wow, that's crazy. What is this level? 50,000? That's interesting. I don't remember drawing this. When was this? It's probably right here. Yeah, early January. Damn, I gotta listen to myself sometimes. That's crazy. That is interesting. I think we drew this when the ETF came out, because it was around this date. That's wild. Rolando said the audio did do something weird. You sounded demonic for a second. Oh, great. I'll have to watch that. I think it's because I have these other stupid USB speakers plugged in. I bet if I turn them off, it'll stop doing that. I'm a demon lord. We waiting for that money printer. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So anyways, let's find a fresh Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin crypto? All right. So let's go over to Google. What day did the BTC ETF launch? So it was January 11th. So I'll put a marker on this day. And it's kind of interesting too. So we're looking at the daily chart. Each one of these candles is a day. So there was a big hype coming into the BTC ETF, and as soon as it launched, it immediately dumped hard. So I see a lot of people talking about the Ethereum ETF not performing as expected. It's performing exactly like the Bitcoin ETF did, where as soon as it launched, People have been buying Ethereum. You can buy Ethereum from Grayscale. They have the premium and the discount. So there's a lot of people that were buying Ethereum at a discount, and now they can sell it, through the ETF. So what happens is Grayscale ends up dumping all their Ethereum or all their Bitcoin, and that's exactly what happened here. So it took let's see here. So this is 14 days. So it took about 2 weeks for it to bottom. So after the launch, it took about 2 weeks for Ethereum to bottom. Bitcoin to bottom. And then it went on this completely crazy run here. So after those 2 weeks, we saw a new all-time high and an 80 and 90% pump out of Bitcoin. 2 weeks after. So think about that. It launched this week. Was it yesterday? No, it was yesterday. So people are already calling it a failure, and it's saying it's this and that, and it's going to dump, and nobody's trading it. There was $1 billion of Ethereum traded in the ETF yesterday. And so now it's becoming a game just like with Bitcoin, where people are starting to track the inflows and the outflows. And I saw that Arkham Invest just created a new dashboard. Take a look at that here. But this was just I like this Twitter account, News of Alpha. They have just straight numbers. So the Grayscale ETH daily ETF flows were negative 300 million today. So think about that. And yesterday they were negative 500 million. So if we scroll down a little bit to yesterday, the Grayscale ETH ETF flow was negative 480 million. So there was $1 billion worth of volume. Half of it was Grayscale dumping, and then the other half are people buying the ETF. So the thing that happened with Bitcoin was eventually it found its price equilibrium, and it took 2 weeks of Grayscale dumping all the ETH onto the market, and then all the other ETFs coming in and scooping it up. So you see Bitwise yesterday was plus 200 million, while Grayscale's negative 500 million. That's a lot of fucking money. That is insane. So I posted this earlier on X. Give me a follow at Tree City West. So forget what happened with the BTC spot ETF. Bitcoin dropped from 45,000 on the launch day to under 40K. So if we go back to the chart here, we zoom in on the day. So this says it came all the way back to 38,500 here. And this was on January 23rd. What a great time to buy Bitcoin. 38K in January 2024. You could have bypassed all that wait. But it took 9 weeks for Bitcoin to make a new all-time high after the launch of the Bitcoin ETF. So launch day was around 45K. 1 week after, it dropped below 40K, and 2 weeks after, it was still below 40K. And then it finally reached a new all-time high in March, several months later, 9 weeks later, hitting 73,750. So I'm kind of expecting the same move for Ethereum. Lou says, gotta buy the dip soon. I know. I need cash to buy the dip soon, so I might have to take a little profit and then come back in a couple weeks. That's really what I'm thinking about. So I thought this was interesting. Arkham Intel, first BlackRock bought all the Bitcoin. Now they're coming for your ETH. So this is Coinbase. These are all wallets owned by BlackRock, and it's just distributing all this Bitcoin everywhere. So this is Bitcoin, just all the Bitcoin that BlackRock owns. And then yesterday, there was the first one of Ethereum. So there's one Ethereum wallet from Coinbase to BlackRock, officially. Yesterday was the first day that could happen. So it's pretty awesome. Exciting times. And shout out to Sami. He posted this earlier. Solana's weekly active addresses are rising parabolic. Most Ethereum chains and EVM chains are not growing at all. And I think that's why we're seeing a bit of pump out of Solana over the last couple days, really. Now that the Ethereum ETF's passed, people want to get into Solana and see what's happening with Solana. So we're starting to see the number of wallets grow exponentially. That's exciting. And then 1 hour ago, the Grayscale ETH ETF negative 300 million. So yesterday they sold 500 million of ETH, and today they sold 300 million of ETH, just dumping it. But then we have the other ETFs come in. So let's see what we got here. Van Eck plus 20 million. Grayscale Mini is plus 46 million. The ETH is the negative 300. 21 shares is 0.0. That's interesting. What happened to 21 shares? Bitwise plus 30 million. So you got all these smaller ETFs gobbling up all the ETH that Grayscale is dumping on the market that people bought at a discount. So it's some exciting stuff. That's kind of the big news for today. A lot of people are wondering, why isn't ETH pumping? The ETF went live and there's billions of dollars of volume, but it's, we got to wait for Grayscale to finish the dump before it'll. And I wouldn't be surprised if that dump comes with the bad economy and comes with Bitcoin going under 60K. And then we get a, $2,800 ETH, and that's going to be the ultimate opportunity to buy before we see that 10K ETH that everybody's been talking about, for 5 years now. So Bitcoin made a new all-time high, but Ethereum has not made a new all-time high. All-time high Ethereum on this chart's 4,800. This cycle, the local high is 4,092. I'm sure the pump's pumping. I happily scoop anything under 3K ETH. That's what I'm saying. That's kind of where my mindset's at. And that's where we got to get the cash. We got to get the cash at the top of the range so we can get in at the bottom. But there's always the possibility it does one of these and just keeps going up. So it's all about managing the risk. So yeah, that's been fun. I actually haven't, I'm not into the ETFs either. I like to talk about it. I like to see the inflows and the numbers and everything, but I haven't actually bought any of the BTC ETF or the ETH ETF. I'd rather just buy the real thing and keep it in cold storage, set up several different cold storage wallets, split it among them, keep the seed phrases safe. That's the way to do it. All right, so that's my little rant on ETH. I'm still, I might hold on to some of the ETH beta plays, as they're calling it. A big one right now is ENS, which is Ethereum name server. And that's your .eth name. So they actually have a governance token as well. Wow, that's crazy, $27. So the ENS token, you could have bought back here for as low as $6.66. What a number. That's crazy. And it's just absolutely ripping right now, despite the market conditions. It's up 300% since October 23. Currently sitting at $27. Up 100%, 120% since May. That's wild. Really, the other ones aren't faring too well. You see Optimism's taking a big dump. I thought I had Arbitrum in here. What's Pepe doing? Curious what Pepe's doing. All right, it's a little green. A couple green days here. That's exciting. So yeah, it's just so much indecision in the market. Everyone thinks it's going to dump, so that means it's probably going to pump. But who knows? Who knows? Let's go check out Dex Screener, see how things are doing around the Zen ecosystem. Zen down 4% on the day. Still holding that 601 level, so that's good to see. Just breakout here. So this is the daily chart. Zen got as low as 707, currently sitting at 601, but it's really just kind of moving sideways, and hopefully, I mean, it's got to be a bottom soon, right? Like gas isn't getting much cheaper than, what is it? Is it under 2 right now? We're at 2.2 Gwei right now, so gas isn't getting much cheaper than that. They're gonna start giving away the transactions. Oof, DBZen. Every time I check this chart, it's going lower and lower. This might be the end of DBZen. How sad. Close this RSI here. It really had that nice pump all the way back to $5, and that was your opportunity. It sucks because I like the DeFi, I like the project, I like, you know, really the community is just eating itself alive. It's so unfortunate. People that love DBZen seem to hate Zenians, and the hardcore Zenians don't like the DBZen people, and it's like we're all the same people. We're all Zen minters. If you burned your Zen for DBZen, then you had Zen at some point. Like, how are you gonna hate on that? It's so silly. But that's a big problem now. You know, a lot of the DBZen maxis, I guess you could say, have kind of run the Zenians out. So now no one's burning their Zen anymore, and that leads to a price chart that looks like this. So that's kind of unfortunate. Q's kind of looking the same, under $1,000. Still sitting on this floor though. It hasn't really fallen. You know, we've had a couple wicks down to $700-800, but it's holding that $800 to $1,000 floor. That's exciting. Yeah, everything's dumping down 13% GPU. I'm afraid to look at these meme coins. Chomp, 18 cents. Oof. Oof. Down big. Turbo down 5%. This might be one I hold on to. SolZen up 400%. That's funny. Who's buying SolZen? This is SolZen Classic, I believe. All right, so let's take a look at the Zen verifier, the XenBlocks. So if you're into XenBlocks, you can always come over to hashhead.io. Whoops. And we got the site up here. Added some artwork. Shout out to Og, some of his AI generated hash heads. But you can always pop your wallet address here, see your mining stats. I'm currently sitting at rank 111. I got 64 super blocks. Ew, I'm gonna have to fix that. Creeping up on 500 million or 500,000 Zenium. That's exciting. Difficulties at 74,000 right now. So let's talk about it. So if you're interested in mining XenBlocks, go check out my video, the easiest way to mine XenBlocks. I have this utility where if you know how to run a Python script, you can easily boot up and start an instance. You don't have to log in. You don't have to connect to the command line. Smit, shout out to Smit from the XenBlocks Telegram, made this awesome template where you just have to enter your wallet address into a form, hit launch, it launches the cloud miner, and boom, you're mining XenBlocks. So if we go in here, it's the XenBlocks assistant. 1 second, I need some water. All right. So it's the XenBlocks assistant. Throw the link in the chat here. And this is really just a little mining script that I created that allows you to, well, here, I'll just show you. How about that? Oops, that's the wrong one. So this is it. This is the XenBlocks assistant. Basically, you create the env file with your vast AI. Can't kick it. Basically, you use your vast AI account. You can get your API key, which allows you to control your account remotely. So you put your API key in the env file. Have it, instructions right in the GitHub here. Very easy to follow. Show you where to find the API key in the menu on Vast. And yeah, so once you have this loaded up, you can view your active miners. I haven't checked mine in a couple days. We'll see if they're even running right now. Okay, so we got a couple running. So yeah, this is a good one. Look at this one. This is an RTX 4090 that I'm getting for 1 penny. 1.8 cents, getting me 5,000 hashes. That ends up being 287,000 hashes per dollar. I don't think you're gonna beat that. So what's really cool about this is you can click on the link directly in the assistant. It'll take you to the interface of the device so you can see what your hash rate is, make sure it's running. Sometimes the hosts do block these. They don't set up the port forwarding properly. So that's something you want to watch out for. But it does look like it's mining. Got some blocks, got some Zunies. Yeah, the 4090 doesn't look like it's showing the site. It is getting blocked, so. But it is getting blocked, so I'm not too mad. So what I can do, these red ones are not actually running, they're dead. So I'm gonna go in here and kill them. So I'll hit number 2. It pulls the information of the miners that are currently running in your Vast account. And then I have some options here in the menu. I can hit K to kill the dead instances. I can hit I to pick instances that I want to kill, or I can hit A and just kill everything. Just dead the account, essentially. So I'm going to hit I, and we're going to kill 10 through 15. So it's terminating these instances, basically ending them right away. Now I can hit 1, view active miners. And now it's just going to show me the 9 that are running. So currently paying for 9 GPUs at 19 cents an hour, getting about 12,000 hashes, or about 61,000 hashes per dollar. So yeah, let's go shopping. So we'll click on option 3 here. And in the new version, you're able to set your own price. The current version, it's actually in the code. It's by default, it's set for 7 cents. But you can actually go in the code and change it. ChatGPT is great for that. I say ask where you can change the code for the fee, and I'll tell you. So I'm just going to put in 0.02, and it's going to show me some different categories, some GPUs that I like, the A2000, 4000, 5000, the 3060, the 3070, or I can just search by the lowest price per hour, the highest T-flops, which is the highest percentage, and it's going to show me all the cards that are under 2 cents per hour. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit 1 here. And boom, so here's 20 cards that are available for less than, and these are interruptible instances, so keep that in mind. They usually don't last very long, they'll turn off. You're basically placing a bid. So I'm gonna place a bid for this RTX 4090 for 1 penny an hour. And that's 8,000 T-flops. So let's go ahead and we're just gonna purchase all of them, 1 through 20. So it's purchasing each of these offers. And then I'll give them a couple minutes to boot up and we will check it out. Oh shit, got the super chat from Dank.
That's for the DGNs and OGs.
All right, let's fucking hash.
So this is how you get started with XenBlocks. And thank you, Dank, so much. So now that we got some miners running here, go ahead and go back to the main menu, hit the number 1. So these are all red because they haven't started yet. You can see they rented 10 seconds ago, 28 seconds ago, 22 seconds ago. So we want to give them a couple minutes to boot up here. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Allergies are fucking me up right now. So gave them a couple seconds to boot up here. I'll hit 1 to view the active miners again. And we should see some more. No, yeah, look at that. We got a couple more green ones. Now these ones haven't started. So either they're booting up a bit slower or they may be broken. They may not support XenBlocks. So check it again. I'm sure we'll see a couple more green ones. Yeah, so the A2000s are really popular, really cheap, 2 cents an hour. That's 34,000 hashes per dollar. And yeah, you can see I'm collecting the hashes, collecting the Zunies. We'll check it one more time, and then we're gonna kill the dead ones. All right, so yeah, we got all these going, paying about 56 cents. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit option 2 again, hit letter I to kill specific instances, and I'm just gonna keep the top 15. So we're gonna kill 16 through 29, and boom, and now it's just ending those miners that I started to rent that didn't start successfully. Yeah, you caught the stream. Hell yeah, I'm glad you're here, man. I need to get back on it. I'm trying to do more. We're doing at least 5 shows a week now, so got to keep me to it. So look at that. All right, so now we're all green. We got 15 GPUs running at 30 cents an hour, getting us about 25,000 hashes, which equates to 83,000 hashes per dollar. And that's what we like to see. So that's good. So these are the basics. This is how you get started mining. So these are running, these are hashing. So what does hashing mean? XenBlocks is using the Argon 2 algorithm to generate. Argon's actually used for password hashes, so it generates password hashes. If one of these hashes, just a random string, a random number, has Zen11 in it, then it counts as a block and you get rewarded for finding that hash. And that's how proof of work is. You're spending your GPU power, your compute power, to calculate these hashes, and if you find the right one, you're doing that to quote unquote secure the network and provide the proof of work. So we have a couple different hashes. We have XNM, which is just the basic Zen11. We have super blocks, which are Zen11, but they have a certain amount of capital letters, so they're extremely rare. And then we have the Zunis, which instead of Zen11, they say Zuni, but they can only be mined for 10 minutes at the top of the hour. So each one of these GPUs that I rented are hashing. They're creating 4,000 random strings per second. Each one of those, I'm hoping, has a Zen11 in it, because if it does, I get rewarded with 10 XNM coins. So these XNM coins, these Zenium coins, are proof of work coins. So just like Bitcoin, proof of work also has a halving, and that kind of drives the value up and makes it more scarce. So it's disinflationary. So rather than it constantly growing at the same pace, once the project turns a year old, and I believe it's September or October, the amount of rewards are going to half. So instead of getting 10 XNM per hash, you're going to get 5 XNM per hash, and it's going to be twice as hard to find hashes. So I'm doing all the hashing I can right now. 30 cents an hour is quite a lot. That's $3 every 10 hours. So, but we're getting a lot of XNM, we're getting a lot of Zunis, and these are going to live on the X1 network. So that's kind of the rundown of what hashing is, what XenBlocks is, and how that works. So what is this new verification thing? So we have these this verification voter. I think I have it loaded up here on the Pi. Let's see. If not, I'll set it up real quick. Yeah, we do. Cool. Oh shit, we got a simple water sighting. Hell yeah.
You think too much.
So, all right, so we got our voter here, our block verifier. Let me do a git pull, make sure I got the latest version. Got some new files in there, that's good. So we're gonna have to do a cargo build, I believe. I honestly don't remember. I'll grab the GitHub here, we'll pop it in the chat. So right now, when you're mining,
in your
my motherfucking sound card did it again. So right now, when you're mining XenBlocks, and you get a hash, you're actually sending it off to Jack's server, and it basically says that yes, this is a hash. I verify it's a real hash. You get added to the leaderboard on the ZenMiner Moose site. You can see your hash on Hashhead. It's an actual hash there. Let's try that again. So that's kind of a centralization issue right now. We're still on testnet, obviously. We're still, mining these blocks and everything. But the next step is to make it more decentralized, and that's what this voter, the XenBlocks Lite node's all about. So the XenBlocks Lite node fetches records from the XenBlocks ledger and then verifies that it's a true hash and a real hash. And this is going to be another way that you can earn XN. I heard a lot of different rumors and different ways that this might work, but I believe the general consensus is that you're going to stake either your XN or your XNM, and once you verify hashes and you're verifying them successfully and you're being a good actor and you're submitting the votes, you're going to earn the XN for not only staking but also verifying. So it's kind of a cool thing. I'll show you how it works here. It's still building. Why don't we do it fresh? I got a new VPS I want to try out. Yeah, this is going way too slow. This Raspberry Pi. Make sure we got Solana, Cargo, perfect. Okay, so we're just gonna run through this setup real quick. So this is the original version of the voter. So first we're gonna git clone. So git clone just pulls it from GitHub onto your server. And we're gonna type cd voter to open the folder. We already installed Rust, we checked Cargo. All right, so we're gonna build the project. Now this should be much faster. So I got my Raspberry Pi, it's on step 300 still. This is probably gonna be done in like 2 seconds. So yeah, so this verification. So this is getting really exciting for me because not only are we building more things for XenBlocks, it gives us new toys to play with, but also it gives more utility to X1 where, and XenBlocks. So if you're mining XenBlocks, now there's this decentralized voting mechanism that you can run on a cell phone or from a web page. We're going to cover that here in a few minutes. I haven't got to do that yet. All right, so this is a race. Which one's going to finish first? So we got the Raspberry Pi chugging along at 377 out of 541. And then we got the Contabo VPS at, it's already up to 100. I think the Contabo is going to win pretty quickly here. Is Joe Biden speaking right now? Oh, good. Let's see. Uh-oh. Whoa. Jesus Christ. I hate Twitter sometimes. Huh. Is it delayed? Maybe it's just not on Twitter. He's done already? That's funny. Joe Budden. Oh wow, so the Raspberry Pi is creeping. It might beat the VPS. What it's doing right now, so it's taking the cargo packages, like you can see, these are all different programs and code and stuff. So you're getting like the Solana, different programs, different things that are built into the thing, things in the thing. Solana ZK token system development kit. All right, who's gonna win? This is so nerdy. West for president.
Shut the fuck up!
Man, I feel so out of practice. I need a whole new soundboard. I want new everything. I'm gonna keep the Clio and the Simple though, and the DJ.
That's for the DJs and OGs.
It's crazy because Cleo was right all along.
That's funny. That shows how long it's been since I streamed.
Shut the fuck up, Cleo.
First Lady Janet Rakuten. Hell yeah. All right. The Raspberry Pi is going to pull it out. Maybe. It's getting close. This is taking way too long. Sorry, guys. During initialization, the node will create an ID.json. This is your private key, basically your wallet file. So you'll be identified among the other nodes. This is where you'll receive future rewards. As your light node runs, it will submit computed data to the XenBlocks consensus ledger, which can be accessed here. Wow, it's close. We got the Raspberry Pi at 539. Oh shit. The VPS took the lead at the last second. 550 out of 560. So the Zen Miner Moo show data site. So each of these, pop it in the chat there. Each of these is a different voter. So all these different wallets are people actually running this verification software. Each one of these is a block ID. So this is a range of blocks, 601 to 700, has a unique fingerprint, and you can see there's 58 people running this voter software. And it's actually instant. So in the last stream, you got that trick. Wow, they finished at the same time. That's funny. All right, we're gonna use the VPS because it's faster. So go ahead and let her rip. So there's my public key. Ah, go back up. I gotta grab the key. Oh, there it is. Cool. So these are the different hash IDs in the range, and I verified them. Each one of these is a vote. You know, or I can't. It's not each one of these is a vote, but this is the block that I'm voting on. So this one was data. The data was successfully sent to the server. Now we're waiting for more hashes to be mined. But if I go back to this, I should be able to see that. So since it submitted to the server, it grabbed the wallet address. It verified the XenBlocks hashes, those Argon 2 hashes that we're actually mining over on Vast. Now, if I search for my wallet address here, look at that. So that wallet address we just created is already verifying, and it's already on the website. So we have the consensus ledger doing this decentralized verification through these CPU nodes, and it just happens that fast. That is so amazing to me. I can't believe how fast that actually happens. You know, instantly. So this is the complicated way. This is the initial CPU voter. It's basically just a script. But shout out to the creator of Zenmon, Steve. I think he likes to go by Ludopoulos. Is that how you? Yeah, Ludolphus, Ludolphus, Steve. We'll just stick with Steve. But he's made some awesome utilities for the Zen ecosystem, Zenmon being one. But he recently just made a web version of this verification. So if we come over here, announcing the XenBlocks web voter. Check it out at bulk.com/Zen voter. Slide the slider to start the voter. Test it on Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and then you can check your votes on the show data site. So check this out. This is extremely cool. So it's basically this complicated ass script that we ran, but it's just in a website and you don't have to do anything. So it automatically creates that id.json. You can reveal your private key and back it up. So we have this public key here. I can tell my computer the number of cores I want it to run. I'm going to set it to 2. I forget how many I have. I think I have 12. Oh, I only have 6. 12 virtual processors. So we got 6 actual CPUs. So we're going to use 2. We're going to borrow 2. So and then I simply hit start. And now it's verifying blocks. So you can see it's running this Python script down here at the bottom, or the cargo script down here at the bottom. It's verifying. So the blocks are verified in batches. So we essentially verified that block. You can see the public key right here. Now if I take it over to the voting ledger, give it the old refresh. And there we are. So that wallet that we just created on that website is already running, verifying that these hashes are legitimate that are being submitted to the ledger. How fucking cool is that? So not only are we mining, we're using proof of work to create the Xenium, using the Argon hashes. Now the hashes we know are legitimate because they're being outsourced to these CPU miners and recorded on the consensus ledger. So fucking cool. Shout out to Steve. It doesn't get much easier than that. So you can see it's just doing its thing. So now it's waiting for hashes to be mined. It pauses for 10 seconds. And then my miner goes and finds a bunch of Zen 11 hashes and super blocks and Zunis. Then we get another batch of 100 blocks and we're going to run the verifier. It'll use my CPU and then we'll be on the voting ledger. How fucking cool is that? Just the fact that he made it so easy too. That's the biggest part. Plus it looks like the Matrix. You know, I have a thing for the green. If you come over to hashhead.io, I love the black and the green and the Matrix aesthetic. That's my thing. So the fact that he used the greens and everything, I think that's so cool. I love that. So yeah, shout out to Steve creating the XenBlocks web voter. And really now is the best time to really turn up the mining. You know, the first halving is going to be in September and things are getting real quick. There's things being built on top of XenBlocks such as this to make the network more reliable and more secure. All right, so we just verified another 100 blocks, 0.2 seconds per block. And now if we come over here, so right now that says 1 of 1. If we refresh, do another search, now there's 2. So we get 2 rewards for 2 sets of blocks that we voted in. And it's really all about making XenBlocks more decentralized. So yeah, pretty excited about that. Shout out to Og. Got the Hashhead token here doing its thing. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't really have much else to talk about. Just want to check out some ordinals. I do have some new ordinals since the last time I streamed. So we got some Billy Cats. I love this Billy Cat. This guy's so cool. He's got the hoodie with the hat. That's sick. And still rocking I love this, my PFP, the Bitmap Emporium. So for holding these 3 Bitmap Emporiums, I actually got airdropped. I was able to claim some Nat bats. So I got some Nat ordinals. Check out this guy, he's pretty cool, right? Got the burnt orange background with the purple shades. And these guys got the regular bitmaps. So that was pretty cool. I noticed these node pepes are flying up. I don't know what's happening with these guys, but the floor's coming up. That's cool. What you buying, Simple? I saw there's a glitch pack or something. Where did I see that? Damn, what's that guy's name? I can't remember. Who am I thinking of? Simple. He's got such a simple name. I just can't remember. These are all stupid. It's not coming to me. What is that dude's name? I gotta be careful scrolling through Twitter. Don't more titties to pop up. Still holding my Royal. Got my Royal, which is another NAT. Some arbitrary data built on Bitcoin. Very cool. Saw some interesting things about the Opcat was heating up. They did some ZK verification on Bitcoin. Let's see if we can find that. We'll wrap up with that. I'm striking out here. That's okay. We'll wrap it up. Hope you guys have a good Wednesday evening. We'll be back tomorrow. About to go watch some Big Brother. Shout out to Janet Rakuten, my wife. Yeah, hope you guys have a good evening. Stay zen. Definitely keep an eye on the inflows and outflows of the ETFs. Trying to get some more cash together. I'll probably take some profits on some crypto. Kind of chill out for a couple more weeks. And wait for the ETH to bottom. Once Grayscale starts dumping. Stops dumping, I should say. But, alright, I'm out of here. I hope you guys stay zen. Peace.